knows that when I saw the story some time back from Cindy Lewis, and if you don't mind, I'm going to send the proclamation and everything from today to Cindy Lewis again. The headline, you might not remember, was Wassman found his way by believing and achieving. Believing and achieving. Which I thought, I've seen a lot of headlines in my life, right? Some not so good, some, you know, some that really reflect the story. But when I read the story, I thought to myself, well, this headline is really accurate. This headline gets to the heart. If I had to summarize what struck me from that story was the idea of believing first and then achieving. It's one thing to say you know something. It's one thing to say you're going to do something. It's one thing to have the desire to go and do something. It's another thing to achieve it. It's another thing to have the determination, to have the capacity to carry through on belief. Yes, there's competition, but the first competition comes from yourself. First, you have to compete with your own weaknesses, your own fears, your own anxieties, your own self-doubts. That's what can defeat you. Nobody else can defeat you, right? You can be beat. Anybody can be beat. That can happen to anybody, anytime. But to be defeated, that's another story. I remember the story of Muhammad Ali when he was going to fight for the championship the first time, and he said, the reporter said to him, "Well, you say you can't lose." He said, I can't lose. I can't be beat. He said, "What happens? What happens if you do?" He said, no, it's not going to happen. I can't be beat. No way that's going to happen. That isn't going to happen. Can't happen. He said, "Well, what if it does? You could trip. Something could happen to you. What if you actually get defeated?" He said, "I'll tell you, the next day I'd be underneath his window saying, 'No man ever beat me twice.'" You can only defeat yourself, right? You can only defeat yourself. And so I've got a proclamation here today that I think summarizes for me the reason that when I first talked to Coach, I said, I wanted to show some recognition for what you've accomplished, because I think you can be an inspiration to others. And the particular picture that was there that day was a young boy with a shot put, and you know, I might not look, I'm short, but I'm wide. So when in high school, I did the shot put, but I was a junk man on the track team. Oh. Wherever they didn't have somebody to go, they put me, right? And so the shot put I did, you had to earn 5 points over the whole track season to get a letter. Every year I made them 5 points. That was all. Other people were scoring points. I could only get 5. I managed over the season with the shot put to get 4 third places, right? For 1 point. And I still had to get 1. They let me go in a relay, right? The mile relay, quarter mile. I'm out there charging for the quarter mile. We managed to get 3rd place in the quarter mile, so I got my points. You know, see, you got to make the commitment. You got to make the commitment, and it doesn't matter if you're first. Sure, it's great to be first. What matters is you're first with what you want to accomplish for yourself. And so I thought to myself, you've been an inspiration because you believed in yourself, because you had challenges. And I thought to myself, I told the coach, I said, not everybody knows about some of the challenges that I had. When I was an adult, I was already in my 20s. One day, I went swimming off Kauai, and apparently the water may have been polluted, something, who knows. What happened was I apparently got a virus, a viral attack, and the viral attack hit me, and the result was I began to have seizures. So I got what's called epilepsy. Epilepsy is a kind of a term, just like Asperger's is a term, right? Mm-hmm. It's a term. It's somebody says something. What's your challenge? Oh, I got Asperger's or multiple sclerosis or whatever. It's epilepsy. All of a sudden I had to start reading up on epilepsy. What's epilepsy? Well, it's seizures. Well, where's it come from? Nobody knows. happened to me? In other words, in one day, my life changed. And I had two choices, right? Actually, I had one choice. The choice was, would I confront it? Would I deal with it? Would I come to grips with it? Or would I let it defeat me? Would I give in? Right? Would I let it take me over? And what I said was, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to have to, I got to live a certain way now. I got to discipline myself. I'm going to have to do this. And I got good doctors, I got good help. And eventually I was able to overcome it. Eventually it righted itself. The scarring in my brain tissue and so on was able to be cured. I had to do orthomolecular vitamins. I mean, I worked out. I took my vitamins. I lived right. And I began to add exercise, right? Which I keep doing till today. And so when I read it, I talked to the coach. I said, not everybody, you don't have to see something to know you got a challenge, right? It's not like a broken arm. You cannot see, right? People look at you, they cannot see what your challenges are. If someone has epilepsy, you cannot see what that is. You know what the results are. So I said, this young man is meeting the challenge. Not only is he meeting the challenge, but he's helping others to meet their challenges. That's the main thing. Because you're helping others to meet their challenges. By meeting yours, you're setting an example for others. They may be scared. They may not be sure of themselves. They may not be certain what they can do. They may be thinking to themselves, how can I do it? I'm not good enough. You give them the example saying, you can succeed. You can do it. You can meet the challenge. And so I wanted to recognize that. I wanted to be supportive of what you've been accomplishing. So when the opportunity came, I know that this month, April, and I got all your records too. Sure, and this shows consistency to me. This shows that you're not just going through the motions here. Even to the Scottish Festival, I was the Scotsman of the Year, so, even we got that in common, although, I think the things they do there, they throw the big pole and all that stuff, that's not so usual. So, I think that's good, that you've been able to do this, but I also know that April is National Autism Awareness Month. So I thought that perhaps this was an opportunity to bring some recognition to that. And I thought, this is perfect for you. So here's what I would like to do, Kamu. I'd like you to come up and I'm going to read this proclamation. And I'm going to give this proclamation to you. I'm going to take a picture and so on. I can come up here and in front of your family and all those who love you and care for you, I want to read this proclamation. Proclamation presented to Kamuela Wassman. Kamuela Wassman, one of Hawaii's most kind-hearted gentle giants. As you brought, gentle giant. Two-time junior powerlifting champion, 2011 super heavyweight strongman champion, 2012 Hawaii State powerlifting gold medalist. You have persevered. You have earned your status as a powerlifting record holder. You remain an active strength competitor as part of Team Mana. You're a musician. You've graduated as part of the marching band for 4 years. Worked at Kamehameha School since 2008 as assistant coach, shot put and discus, strength coordinator, and a role model for students every day. You continue to be an inspiration, not only to those living with Asperger's syndrome, but to all the people of Hawaii. Therefore, I, Neil Abercrombie, do hereby proclaim today, April 11th, 2013, as Kamuela Wassman Day in Hawaii, and ask all the people of the Aloha State to commend Kamu for his outstanding work ethic and dedication to athletic and personal excellence. First, would you like to say a word or two, Kamu?
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank everything that I've done so far, especially to my family who make me understand what is it possible to help people, especially athletes, to try to come become much more better for themselves. Well, I really try to make things much more better because that's why I like to be an example. That's why I want to be just an example of how it is all done and what's the better way to be stronger and how to become champions. I want them to become champions. That's my true love. I just want them all to do the best. No matter how hard they fought, no matter how hard they trained, they just do everything what they got to be my inspiration. Thank you.
Thank you, Cal.
We're gonna take a picture. Okay?
Yeah.
We'll turn around, you and I, right here.